All right, welcome everybody. We're going to start off today. I'm going to do something a little bit different today on the program. It's a dog days, August, and a lot of the news, especially a lot of business news out there, I'm finding a little bit boring. You're getting some economic news here and there. I've had housing numbers today, and housing is in a recession. Oh no, the humanity. Break. Housing prices are still way too high all across the country. I think we mentioned here on the show, talked about how many millennials are regretting paying these ridiculous prices for homes in 2021 into 2022, and we told you so. The whole FOMO thing. You get real estate agents tell, hey, real estate's never going to go down. Market's just going to stay hot forever. No, it's not. It's all a function of what people can afford to pay. Now, I told this story when it comes to real estate. I was down in Florida in February, and again, I made it perfectly clear. I used to live in Florida, lived there for a long time. I want to go back as soon as my youngest son, who's going to be a junior in high school. I got 2 years. 2 years, and I'm here. I'm out of here. I mean, I live in a great neighborhood. I really do. I don't like the blue state stuff, but I'm in my own little bubble here. It's safe as safe could be. But the property taxes are insane. The state taxes are insane, and I don't like winter. So I'm out. Not to mention the fact that I used to like, one of the things I liked about living here is I also used to live in the city. I lived in the city for over 10 years. I used to love going in with my wife and taking the kids and doing things in the city. I don't dare go in there anymore. It's like that Simpsons episode where Homer Simpson is deathly afraid of New York City. I'm not really afraid of it, but how shall I put it? You know how you want to be prepared? You want to be prepared in life. You want to go into a situation prepared. For example, if you're going on, you're going off into the wilderness, by yourself. Let's say you're going off into the jungle in Africa. I think it might be prudent to bring something along to protect yourself, just in case you might encounter a dangerous animal. Well, yeah, I mean, I feel a little bit safer in New York if I could carry. But anyway, neither here nor there. Another reason why that I'm leaving. Okay, I digress. I'm back. I'm Florida in February, and speaking with some real estate people, West Coast, Florida, Sarasota, Tampa, and they're telling me, these condos are selling out like hotcakes. They're selling out. You better jump on it. And I look at the price. I'm like, no. Well, you don't understand. They're going to sell out. That's fine. Another one will pop up eventually. I remember this, I was on a Zoom call with this builder in Tampa, and he bought this piece of property, and he was going to do it as a tear down, and what he wanted to charge for this thing. I was laughing on the inside. I didn't laugh in front of his face, but I was laughing on the inside. As it turns out, real estate market has cooled, and he just put a little work into it and flipped the property. That was it. You don't have to chase things, and you don't want to become house poor. It's not a good place to be in. Again, time is one of your most important assets you're going to have. Enjoying your time, and you want a bill that you've got to pay every single month. That's reasonable. There's been some talk about a 15% correction coming in housing prices. Woo! Who cares? I don't care. Yeah, I look at my home as a bill. That's what it is. It's a bill. Now, I've owned in my life, I've owned 1, 2, 4 homes. This is my fourth home. It's my fourth home. First home I lived in, again, this is at the beginning. This is when I realized that there was a bubble coming. This is back during the run-up in Florida. I remember my first mortgage was 7.5%, 8%. And I almost doubled my money in less than 2 years on that house. Sold my mother-in-law's home. Again, we decided to move my in-laws in with us. We bought a bigger home. I got out of that house right around the same price I paid for it. Fine. Again, you have to pay to live somewhere, right? It's a cost. You have to eat, to pay the electric bill, drink water. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. I didn't care. Moved up here to New York. First house, 7 people in a home. Fortunately, my father-in-law passed, didn't need that size of a home. It was 3 acres. It was too much for me to manage. Sold that house. We put a lot of money into it, but still, what did I have it for? 4, 5, 6 years. Okay. Made money on it. But again, you take a look at the money that you put in and the interest costs, whatever it may be. Yeah, I guess I did. Now I'm in this place, fixed that up, got it at a great price. I'm told I could sell it for X amount. Whatever. My monthly bill in this home is a lot less than it is in my last home. That's all I care about. That's all it is. I know you want to find a place you live, but again, you can't chase nonsense. You have to take into consideration, the reality of demographics here in this country. Another example. I know I'm getting into a real estate great deal here today. Condos that are going, brand new buildings going up all together. And I remember there's one in Sarasota, starting at $5 million, it's X amount of floors and it's going up to X amount. And I'm like, shut up. I just shut up. You're not going to sell them. How many people do you actually think can afford that? How many multimillionaires out there? And are they going to all move here into this building? You're going to suck them all in? Come on. Yeah, real estate people, these developers, they play a sucker's game. They do. When the market's hot, they jack their prices up to a ridiculous level to see what idiot's going to go ahead and buy it. It is what it is. Anyway, on the topic of ripoffs, Tiger Global, the iconic hedge fund. Iconic how? Because you said it's iconic? Because they had a good year or two here or there? That's the thing about these. Again, they're like sociopaths, if you ask me. Many of these fund managers, they don't understand risk at all. They don't. They're reckless. And the interesting thing about these fund managers who are reckless is they're extraordinarily confident. They're egotistical SOBs, that's for sure. Especially if they do something right. Let me try to put it this way. It's like a baseball player. It's like a baseball player that's batting 200 on the year, has a 5-for-5 day with a home run and a double and 6 RBIs, and sticks their chest out and starts talking trash. Shut up, schmuck. You're batting 200. You got lucky today. Maybe you wore a blindfold and you hit the ball. You're not that good. Tiger, guess what? After everything dropped, Tiger decided to sell all of its stocks, stayed in cash. As the market came back, they missed all that too. And the funny thing is about these egotistical SOBs is that it's always somebody else's fault. It's never their fault when they're wrong. But again, sucker born every day. Stupid is as stupid does, says Forrest Gump. If you're the morons that want to invest, what do I tell you? Yeah, I know. It's boring Markowski investments and their steady portfolios and managing risk, and everything in life that has meaning, value, and worth involves work, time, and effort. Jeez, God forbid. Anyway, it's just a funny story, another ripoff and scam. One ultra wealthy JP Morgan Advisors customer whose perks included dining with Jamie Dimon. Well, this Texas businessman has ties to cattle ranching and oil and construction. alleges that JP Morgan advisors failed to supervise one of its stars despite warning flags that the broker was engaged in excessive and unauthorized trading. This guy generated $30 million in commissions on $1.6 billion and client assets. Again, perspective, this is a level around where we are as far as assets under management. Talk about churn 'em and burn 'em. 30 million in commissions, annual revenue. Again, don't tell me that JP Morgan didn't know. They did. The guy's got a sales manager. That sales manager is getting paid, making his bonus based upon the people that he oversees and what they're doing. They don't give a crap. They're going to overlook it. And more often than not, people don't complain and they let it slide. This is why it's not personal. It's just business. It's just business. Listen, they can screw over X amount of people. How many people are going to complain? Pay the fine when they need to. Hey, who cares? These are the firms you want managing your money? Whatever. There's another one here. Former Westlake investment advisor. Wow. 22 years in prison. He stole over $10 million in a Ponzi scheme, again, guaranteeing investment returns, ridiculous investment returns. Again, all of these things can be avoided. Another one here, $300 million Ponzi scheme in crypto. It seems like that these things come by every day. I'm just curious. This is one of the things that I don't see in these articles. What do these guys say? What do they say? Honestly, it's almost like you believe that they can hypnotize people or they have some sort of serum that gets people to do really stupid stuff. Now, listen, I understand. It's what I was taught when I started in the industry. I understand pushing greed buttons and I understand pushing fear buttons. But you were able to steal $300 million. You got people to send you, obviously, over $300 million for some obscure crypto thing. How'd you do that? How did you do that? Again, the trick is, this is like some backwards ass Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi mind trick. These are not the droids you're looking for. How is this possible? I don't get it. You watch Boiler Room and you watch The Wolf on Wall Street. Those guys are small potatoes compared to this. And you talk about the pitches that they were giving. I mean, what do you got to say? Amazing to me, really is. The Morgan Stanley Ponzi scheme. And listen, I got so many of these things. We'll talk about this. We'll do some ripoffs and scams this weekend on the radio show as well. Anyway, I'm going to give Joe Biden, the Biden administration, some credit here. And I've got a bit of a hearing problem, without a doubt. Voices are very, very difficult for me to pick up. And it was truly annoying when everybody was wearing stupid masks. And I still, it's your right to wear a mask. I go into a store and they're wearing masks. I walk the hell out. I can't see your lips move. I can't communicate with you. I'm done. I'm out. I watch all the television programs that I watch. I, have the closed caption on. Have to. It can be somewhat annoying where you're out at a restaurant and you got to lean in often. You can't hear conversations. But other times, I was actually having this. One of the gentlemen I was traveling with has the same problem I have. It can also be kind of peaceful. You got conversations going on around you, and it just mumbles to you. It's almost like Remember the Charles Schultz Peanuts, the cartoons? Wah, 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 wah. That's what it sounds like. Well, you kind of just like, I can't hear it. Guess what? I'm alone in my own thoughts. Anyway, my wife banging me over the head again because my wife's a hypochondriac. She is, and she's yelling at me. You've got to get your hearing checked. What if there's something wrong in your head? I'm like, I don't have to get my hearing checked. Okay, I've been listening to. Have had headphones on since I was a kid. I played the music too loud. My father had the same problem. So she, sends me. I go get my hearing checked. This is 5 years ago. Yep, hearing problems, and the guy's like, "Here you go. Here's your selection of hearing aids." Now, I gotta admit, I didn't want to. I don't want to be wearing hearing aids. I don't want. And they're small and they're in your ear and you can barely see them and all that stuff. I didn't want to wear them and charge them and do all of these things. Not to mention the fact that the hearing aids were going to cost over $6,000. And again, it's not covered by insurance, but who the hell cares? My deductible's so damn high anyway. It's freaking ripoff. That's another story for another day. But anyway, no, I didn't decide not to do it. Well, again, why am I giving kudos to the Biden administration? It's about freaking time that they're going to start selling hearing aids, not invasive hearing aids. The ones that actually have to use, the sound and whatever it may be. Those types, not like the cochlear implants like Rush Limbaugh had. They're going to sell them over the counter, which is going to knock down the price by more than half. Now, again, I find this amazing because, again, this is getting rid of ridiculous regulations from the FDA. But I got to give kudos to the Biden administration for doing this. Yeah, but then on the other hand, you got the Inflation Reduction Act, which is going to lower premiums for 12 million Americans, and mine will probably go up by 15 to 20% this year. I've come to the point in time that I got to have a conversation with my partners, AKA my brothers, about, maybe just coming up with a, self-insurance plan. Because it's my insurance. I've come to grips with the fact that it's just an entertainment like book. Those books that you buy for fundraisers, $50, and you get coupons at, half off at this or whatever it may be. That's all it is. My son, Nico, got an infection in his foot. This wasn't long ago. I think I must have talked about it here on the program. He was in the hospital for 3 days. It's past spring. He was in the hospital for 3 days. It was bad. And you could barely tell. The trainer looked at it at school, just thought it was like kind of a sliver that he got in there, and whatever, it got out of control. So push comes to shove, what was the medical bills? 3 days in the hospital, the MRI and all everything. I don't know, 18, 20 grand. Insurance company's like, no, we're not sure if this was necessary. He could have lost his foot. So I gotta, I gotta appeal, gotta do all these things. We won, but come on, man, are you serious? It's almost, what was that movie with? It was Matt Damon. It was a John Grisham movie, and this was involving, was life insurance? If I'm not, no, or was it health insurance? I can't remember. Roy Scheider was the evil insurance executive. Mickey Rourke was in it as well. Rainmaker. It kind of reminds me of that. Just automatically deny all claims. Anyway, Elon Musk's at a fundraiser in Wyoming, and Elon tells all the Republicans there to get their heads out of their buttocks, which they won't do because Republicans are pretty dumb. They're both dumb. Donkeys, elephants, they're morons. They are. Telling them, you know what? I wish you guys would kind of deal with this immigration problem and understand it for what it is, and be a little bit more sympathetic, and also stay the hell out of people's bedrooms. I had this conversation with a This lady, she was she was a pundit on TV as well, but she used to set up the Radio Rows for the political conventions that I used to attend. And man, the mouth on her, holy cow, she swore like a sailor, but really nice. I remember sitting down having a cocktail with her, talking with her, and basically she knew I was a conservative libertarian guy. And she said, "Your Republicans are so stupid." He said the whole gay community was naturally they're business owners. They don't like all these things that would go along with conservatives and libertarians. Yet, nope, we got to pay attention to what's going on in their bedroom. Again, I never gave a damn. You know what? Let's touch on a little fun with this. All right. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here from time to time, but I saw the story and I couldn't help myself. Peloton in the news again. And they just laid off another 700 something people. And listen, I am all about fitness and staying in shape. And I think the concept from Peloton was great. But again, they listened to their venture capitalists. They listened to their bankers that didn't give a shit about the company. All they cared about was the stock over a short term. That's all they cared about. They just cared about getting their money out. That's it. And when you do business with these people, you're doing business with the devil. You may want to build this company over the long term. The people you're doing business with might not. They want to make, the easy money. What was that song, Glenn Fry, Smuggler's Blues? The lure of easy money. It's the venture capitalist blues, not blues for the venture capitalists. They could push around these executives that found these companies to get them to do what they want to do. Peloton grew too fast. They got out of control. The stock price went through the roof. Guess what? The insiders got out. Now the company's in deep doo-doo. The latest idea to try to stay afloat is to get rid of the technicians that put together the bikes at people's homes. I think I'd rather stick a hot poker in my eye than try to put together a Peloton bike with those parts. You're going to spend $2,000 something on a bike and you got to put that thing together. Yeah, other companies have been doing this as well. I'm looking into some furniture. I remember some furniture that for Pottery Barn Restoration Hardware, and you got to assemble it. I'm like, screw you! I'm going to assemble it. You're charging me, $1,500 something for a piece of furniture. I got to put the freaking thing together. The hell out of here! Again, it's because they offshored it all to China. But yeah. Another reason why I would not buy one of these things. I now have to put it together myself. This story. This is a gotcha. I don't know because I don't watch cable news anymore because it's just awful. It is. It's pretty much awful across the board. I wish Fox. I can watch Tucker Carlson, a little bit, some of his bits and pieces from time to time. Fox, it's just clean house. Just start over. Anyway, story. They want to go after some wealthy people. Tom Brady, Khloe Kardashian, Reese Witherspoon, Kanye, Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these celebrities out there that took PPP loans. Oh my God, these rich people, these millionaires, these people someone worth over $1 billion, they're taking PPP loans. Do you understand that they took these loans because they own businesses? These businesses were shut down due to the government shutting them down. They didn't want to lay their workers off, but they're rich. They should have just paid them anyway. Are you out of your mind? Nobody knew how long everything was going to be shut down. In some states, it was worse than others. So if you have a business and the government forces you to shut down, and because you have money, you should keep everyone on and just burn through cash. So they have the PPP program, and I went through. They all used it properly. Each and every one of them, all their loans were forgiven because it was used for its proper purpose. They actually paid the salaries of all of their workers. Gee, how about that? How is this somehow some sort of bad thing? And we know the PPP programs, tons of fraud, tons of scams, and we knew that was going to happen. But just because they're wealthy and they did well and they used it for the reason it was supposed to be used, you're coming after them? I don't care what their politics are. Don't do that. The CDC director is, ordering reorganization. The COVID-19 response did not reliably meet expectations. This is the one thing that the CDC was supposed to be there for. And mixed message, different message, things that made absolutely no sense whatsoever if you had a couple brain cells to rub together. Listen, I don't know who's going to actually believe you. You know, what are you going to do to change things all of a sudden? It's going to be very difficult. I mean, the type of credibility that you've lost, it's almost like they should just start over. Just start over. I mean, it's going to take a generation or two, in my opinion. You screwed up so badly. And I talk about health and healthcare and taking care of oneself and the importance of that all the time. I'm not making this up. A study published in the journal Temperature, whatever journal that is, they're claiming there's a correlation between rising temperatures and children becoming fatter and more unhealthy. Yes, climate change is causing more children to stay inside, eat more, and be generally less active. That's bullshit, and we all know it. Have a great day. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com. We'll see you.